So we had a kid. And the kid was 7 years old. So we wanted to escape, to go somewhere to change her life.
This is the reason that Liliana and Narcis Gulan left Romania 1 year after the communist dictatorship was overthrown on December 19, 1990. The socialist government was originally set up by the Soviet Union after World War II as part of the Iron Curtain of countries that separated the USSR from Western European influence. However, soon after the country's second communist leader, Nicolae Ceausescu, took power in 1967, the government quickly became a dictatorship that was considered strict, even by Soviet standards. After the dictatorship fell, they believed conditions would improve and they would not need to leave the country. However, this was not the case.
Even if the world communists, they were not there, they had the kids. And the kids grew up like the same like in communism. And when they took the power, they acted exactly like before, and even worse.
Many of the oppressive actions by the new government went from wiretapping to blacklisting books. One of the popular blacklisted books was written by Narcis's uncle, Aurelian Gulan. It documented the thoughts of and the suffering endured by Romanian prisoners of war in concentration camps.
His uncle, he was a very famous man and very intelligent man. When he finished the school, he was the first in school, so that's why he had the honor to receive that sword.
But even men as intelligent as his uncle, who was fluent in Romanian, French, German, Russian, and Spanish, and received a ceremonial sword from the army's general for finishing first in his class, were not immune to oppression.
13 years prison in former Union Soviet.
In Russia.
And after that, come back in Romania. And after 6 months was again in court and was punished for 6 years.
This oppression extended into homes with infringements on privacy such as these.
You have to be very careful what you talk about and who is your friend, because you never know. You maybe wanted to say something nice to somebody and somebody to just go to Communist Party and to say something else. We put a pillow on the phone because they put microphones over there
inside,
and they were listening what you are talking in the house. You can talk about what's going on because you are afraid that you'll be in jail.
But the most frightening example of tyranny was experienced by Liliana one day when she was going to work.
Yes.
Yeah. The students that were they were beaten to death?
Yes, and some of them they were beaten, and some they were in jail. They had chain and other things just to beat people. Yeah. So it was very sad when I saw that. I said, no way, I will never ever stay in a country where they do not want to have intellectuals.
So on a cold December morning in 1990, the Gulan family fled Romania in fear of persecution to give their daughter Corina a better chance at having a more fruitful life.
For her, was even worse because she was 7 years old and she heard and she saw all those things over there.
And I remember hearing gunshots, and there were a lot of gunshots outside, and I remember my grandma just telling me that your parents might not be coming home tonight, so just know that that is a possibility and it just might be me and you. To live in a country where potentially my parents may never come home because of whatever is going on in the government, that was not a place that I wanted to live. If my parents aren't going to be around because of the country's status, then I don't really want to be there either.
In the beginning, the adaptation was difficult for both Corina and her parents, as none of them fully understood English.
At first it was hard because I didn't know the language, so I felt really foreign. But once I got accustomed to it and actually started speaking the language and started making more friends, I just felt that the school system was nothing like what I was used to.
Not only was it strange for her due to the lack of uniforms in school, but also because she had already learned the equivalent of pre-algebra in 2nd grade in Romania, while here in America, the students were just learning their times tables. However, after a few years after the family found its footing, they began to grow very fond of their new homeland.
I love this country. It's my country. After 12 years, I went back to my country to see my parents and my relatives. And believe it or not, when I came here back, I said, thanks God that I'm home. I wanted to kiss the American soil.
People die for this country. There are people right now that will set their lives aside. Doesn't matter, their family, their dog. They will put their lives down for this country. I don't care. I will die if it means keeping my country safe. The opportunities that you have here, there are none other like it in the world. The love that you feel in this country, there is none other. Not to mention, let's talk about the material things. You could go in the store and literally get whatever you want. If you want a banana and it's the middle of winter, heck, you could be in Chicago and you'll get your banana. It doesn't matter you're walking through 10 feet of snow. You'll get your banana. You're not gonna have to wait 3.5 hours. You're not gonna have to keep hush-hush about the government. If you wanna make an Obama joke, you can make an Obama joke. Nobody's gonna stick a gun to your head. And that's like not like any other country in the world.